welcome to the channel. This morning, after a bit of mental channel surfing, I stumbled upon a news item that really deserves attention. Microsoft has finally fixed, after a whopping 9 months, a bug that was preventing Linux systems from dual booting on many modern machines. It's almost a surreal story, but it immediately made me think of one of the most fundamental, yet often overlooked pieces of the Linux puzzle: GRUB. When people talk about Linux, they usually think of the kernel, the distributions, the graphical interfaces, but they rarely mention one of the key elements that actually allows the whole system to start: the bootloader. And in the Linux world, the most important name is undoubtedly GRUB, the Grand Unified Bootloader. GRUB was born in the mid-1990s, thanks to Eric Stefan Bollane, who was working on the new Herd project at the time. The goal was clear. There was a need for a flexible, free bootloader, capable of booting not just Linux but also other systems, like Herd and the various BSDs. Before GRUB, the most common bootloader was Lilo, which was extremely limited. Every time you changed the kernel, you had to reinstall Lilo, and the configuration was anything but user-friendly. GRUB introduced a fundamental innovation: an interactive text interface that lets you modify boot parameters on the fly without touching config files or reinstalling the bootloader every time you update the kernel. On top of that, it automatically detects the most popular file systems and makes dual booting with other operating systems like Windows a breeze. Over the years, GRUB became the de facto standard for most Linux distributions. Thanks also to the contributions of developers like Gordon Matsukite and Yoshinori K. Okuji, the project evolved, and at the beginning of the 2000s, GRUB 2 was born, a complete rewrite designed to overcome the original version's limitations. GRUB 2 brought greater modularity, support for new architectures, and even more flexible configuration. A crucial moment in GRUB's history arrived with the introduction of UEFI and Secure Boot. Microsoft, aiming to boost security on Windows 8 and later machines, required bootloaders to be digitally signed. This forced the GRUB team to integrate Secure Boot support, which stirred up more than a little controversy in the open source world, but it still allowed millions of users to keep using Linux in dual boot, even on new PCs. Today, GRUB is still the most widely used bootloader on Linux, though there are alternatives like Systemd Boot and Refind. Its strength has always been its flexibility, compatibility with dozens of file systems, the ability to manage multiple kernels, and to boot even non-Linux operating systems. Every time you turn on your computer and see that text screen asking if you want to boot Linux or Windows, remember, behind it is a story of ingenuity, collaboration, and a healthy dose of open-source pragmatism. This is the story of GRUB, the bootloader that made dual booting easy, safe, and above all, accessible to everyone. Thanks for watching.